indica. I took a piece of my heart and put it where no one would find it. Buried the deepest of thoughts so nobody knows what I'm hiding. I put my engine in start. I shouldn't be drinking and driving, but when my life is in danger, somehow it gets me excited. Da, 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 da. My hands are covered in blood. I wake up feeling a rush. The shit get wicked. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna fall asleep and pray it's all just in my head.
John Locke, it's powerful.
Fornication, nigga, single like a night guard. Always step to fight the next nigga, I'm a die hard. Still prepared to whip a Chevy, taking my thoughts. Now I got the better lap, I think it's made a night line. You know they still be always sleeping with the lights on. Once I catch a pussy, like a fight, then it's bike guards. Horns on the board, I'ma tell him it's the right one. Any day I die, I know that I'll be coming night guard. Fire like a furnace, get you quite charged. And execution to the pattern, generations. We factor to the gun, to put it in rotation. I got a rep because my little sister hates shit. I'm going night mode, upgrade till we make it millions. All of you is living in my world and you're a citizen. I be to be different with a really only sin again. Let me have a smoke cause now I know it's been a minute. Fall nigga, I swear to God I'll never answer any calls nigga. We had the money till it's breaking out the balls nigga. I'm never dreaming it's the scheming, fuck the law nigga. We really shine up on the surface. Hell fuck it yeah, go with big the ride and crazy kid. World gone crazy so we smoking on some alien. Bombs on the grind till we sending out the stadiums. Pray to the world like the night until they check you up. Fuck you all, fuck you all, ay. 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 Yeah.
Let the past die. Kill it, if you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
We let that kid clip, knocking walls so hard that they bugging. Go pay your rent, bitch. I don't understand why you hate me. Just take me back down to the pit where they don't have any faces. I've been done for way too long. I'm not the one, like goodness gracious. Bunch of bottom feeders. Never fuck with me, I'm in it. Though I hate you all, I hope you paint your brains to the ceiling. Go get a therapist. They say my thoughts are outrageous. I don't agree. I think this world in need of agonizing anguish. I won't settle for the fall and try to fix the way I feel. 100 pinpoints on my ego, that's
Yeah, welcome back to the 5th round of SIRL Supercross. I am Dylan Carlson, and I will be calling all the racing action for the 250 class tonight. We're here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and man, this track looks interesting, to say the least. Earthworks, Logan, Cool Whip, they cooked up another dandy of a track. I love the layout this week. It's gonna be super technical. Like I said last week, the 2 sections of whoops was gonna be hard for the 250 guys, and it proved my point dearly. We saw guys struggle in the whoops all last week, but this week we've got multiple long rhythm lanes that are going to be it's gonna come down to timing. You know, when it comes to the 250s, you have to be spot on and you have to be wide open everywhere. So these long rhythm sections here are really going to play a factor in it. But nevertheless, let's take a look at how our championship is shaping up for the 250 class tonight. Still holding on to a 24-point lead is none other than the 193 of D on that Black Rifle No Fear machine. 66 points. This guy has been fantastic. Saved for a 9th in one of the main events in last week's Triple Crown. He rode fantastic. You know, he's one of those guys where he's gonna kill you by 1,000 paper cuts when it comes to podium finishes. Now, he's got the speed to win. We've seen it time and time again that he can get out front, but if you never finish off the podium, it's gonna be really hard for guys like GR, otherwise known as Pinky, who is since changed, I believe, or on that Nova VCV ride. It's going to be hard for these guys to claw back points. So barring a main event mistake, a game crash, something like that, man, this is starting to get out of hand for the rest of the field. But nevertheless, you know, still outstanding performances out of Blake and Smuds last week. The points race is pretty tight for the podium. You know, we've got guys that are separated by 4 points, even into 6. We're talking about, you know, like 8 under 10 points separating these guys. So I mean, it's definitely possible for all these guys to make podium positions, but if you're looking at the 193 machine, man, this is starting to get out of hand, and we are just under halfway through this season. So it's gonna be an awesome season to watch. It's gonna be a great 250 class. I mean, it has been nothing short of amazing to watch these guys perform from round 1, even the preseason round, to now. It's shaping up to be a fantastic season. But nevertheless, we've got qualifying coming up here in just a moment, folks. But you know what? We're starting on time this week, which is a nice change of pace, I will say. But a little bit about going on in the old Minnesota landscape. It is unfortunately the last day of walleye season for 2025. So now the first big wait of the year comes, and we will be back out on the water here come May. So unfortunate circumstances for a guy like me, but I wanted to celebrate, maybe humiliate myself a little bit with a little commemorative headwear for this evening. I don't know if we'll wear it for all of qualifying, but we got the fish hat, and we're going in. Oh, this is really uncomfortable with the headphones on, boys, so we might not be rocking this for very long, but we're gonna wear it. We're gonna wear it for at least qualifying. I think that's what we got to do. But hey, by qualifying, you know, we got like 6 minutes before this session starts, and for Group A, and we've got some fantastic guys that are coming out of this. Again, we've got Blake on that PWR Neverland ride. We've got Berger on that Benetton Racing ride as well. Like, these guys have been fantastic to watch all season long. We got GR, a guy that, man, he should have been the overall winner. The guy was fantastic for most of the main events, but then a start crash, got held up by the pack. We all know how difficult it is to come through the pack in these races, especially in bikes, man. All it takes is a couple of mistakes out of people in front of you, and then you're hosed. So an unfortunate circumstance for him that allowed Ashton on that Nova ride to take the win overall last week. But I think I'm pretty sure GR is going to be our first potential two-time winner in this 250 class this week. So look to see something out of him as well. I have yet to see D load in. He did send his kits in, so I appreciate that, but it will be I mean, I'm not, look, I've been pretty staunch on my position with D. I think he clearly is a guy that can run up front and he can win. He showed it the first round, and he has not left the points lead since then. So he's just been consistent. He knows when to push, and he knows when he needs to just kind of let the race come to him and let the chips lie where they are. So the lap times this week do look fairly short in comparison to last week. I will say that. You know, we've got guys down in the sub 53s right now. So it's going to be fast. A lot of laps. This track's going to break down quick, and it's going to be interesting to see how these 250 guys navigate this course. But just a couple more minutes here before we get loaded in. Well, before qualifying's supposed to start. So I don't know what's going on with all you guys. I got a couple of people in the comments. I got Fission patiently waiting. Yeah, you know, I try to start on time. Earthworks, Logan, all those guys, fantastic job this week. The whole SIRL crew, they do such a great job with this whole series. I was happy to come back. So, yeah, we've got Landon and Beezus. Layman Noodles and Beezus for the win. Interesting. Okay. We do have Beezus in Group A qualifying on the FAR ERS ride. Currently running a 56 in free practice right now, so it'll be interesting to see if he's able to put himself a little bit closer to the pace of the front runners. He's got some time to improve there, but looks like he's got some fans in chat though, so you got boys backing you up. So good luck to the FAR ERS rider. Who else we got? Jinx on that 651 Motorsports. You know, he's been kind of a sleeper. You know, he's been consistently, you know, battling for top 10s throughout this season. But, you know, one way to stay in a points fight is just showing up for every round, and he's done that quite a bit. So shout out to the 651 Motorsports rider at Jinx. Back, he's in a good qualifying position as far as free practice is concerned with a 54.4. So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to improve that time as we get into time qualifying here in just in a couple of minutes. Oh, I will. Yes, Vision. This is the 250 race stream. I am only doing the 250 class. There he is. The 24-193 of D on that black rifle. He just loaded into the server, so he's probably getting ready to go put down a heater. So we've got just under 2 minutes before qualifying begins, and we're going to get ready to go on track. Yeah, man, no problem. I'm always happy to help. I know that Ronan is the guy that runs the 450 stream, so if you're looking for that, I'm sure they've posted it in the SIRL Discord. Maybe not. Well, I'm sure MXO will get around to it. You know, it's kind of a rodeo over there, and they got a lot of stuff to manage. And on top of that, he's going to go out and try to qualify in Group A, so it's going to be difficult to run this show and then also qualify. So, oh man, two guys trying to qualify in the 250 class. Sounds good. Well, we'll have to see how they end up. We'll have qualifying results posted after the qualifying wraps up. I do a little bit of a graphic thing, so we'll be able to see those live on stream and give praise where praise is due. All right, 30 seconds left of free practice, so we're going to go ahead and get swapped over and get ready for timed qualifying here in just a moment, folks, as we're going to hop back in and boom, boom, boom. We're going to go to track cams, get those swapped over. Oh boy, what is happening? We're on with Bandit Nation, the MMR Wax Rider. This time qualifying has started. Wow. GR with a great start to qualifying with a 52.66 off the rip. So great starting position for this guy. I mean, definitely one to watch. I think he's definitely somebody that I could see being the first multi-time winner in this 250 class for this season. He definitely has the pace. He had the pace last week. He's had the pace just about every week prior to this. So keep an eye on this guy. He's definitely one to watch. Ooh, it's gonna come, like I said, it's gonna come down to timing for this. I like this elevated corner. You know, Logan and those guys, they do a lot of cool stuff with these track designs, bringing back some stuff that I really wish realistically the real life Supercross series would do. So shout out to those guys. They're always cooking up something cool. As Blake puts in an absolute burner for practice as practice winds down. So that will do it for free practice, and we've got time qualifying coming up in just a moment, and it has begun. 20 minutes on the clock for these guys. So we're gonna see who our fastest guys in Group A are gonna be. I do not believe I have Landon listed for Group A, unfortunately. See, this is the tough part about qualifying, right? Is you don't have collisions, but man, when you get like kind of locked into the pack, it can get really disorienting and really distracting. Just trying to get in hot laps, as we see GR make a little mistake in that rhythm section and end up going down. Never the matter. The Nova Rider definitely looking like he has the pace to win here tonight. Slacks, he puts in the first logged time. The Neverland Rider putting himself on top with a 53.3. Off to a great start for this guy. He's gonna come up a little short there. Oh man. Goes off track. Looking like he's gonna abort the lap there and go back to work. I like this track because it's got a whoop section before the finish line, so guys are gonna have to have a good drive through the whoops to get enough speed to get over that double after the finish line. So definitely an interesting line, or an interesting track choice, but it's gonna, you know, the cream's gonna rise to the top here, folks. As Blake on that PWR ride, what is happening here? There we go. Okay, just randomly falls out. Wonder if it's because I've got the shaders on. I can turn those off. Yep, we're gonna do that real quick, folks. I apologize. See if that'll help at all. Nope, it does not. Huh, interesting. Blake with a 52.83 in this session, so he goes to the top spot. So he's gonna go over the berm and off the track there. Slacksleep only 0.2 behind him, not Mason, holding down the 3 spot, the MMR Wax Rider. About a second and a half off, so he's got some time to improve, but good start for him. Mystery right in that top 5 position, good qualifying time for him. Crazy Boy on that fast line DRS ride, he's gonna put himself in the 5th position. So great start for him. We'll check back in with GR as he is currently sitting back in 13th, has yet to put in a fast time. Unlike him, but I guarantee we will see him put in the laps here tonight, and he will find that speed. Jumping all the way. Man, this is getting really annoying that these cameras just cut out for no reason. It's like I'm disconnecting from the server. What is happening? Hopefully that gets rectified for the main events. Otherwise, this is going to be kind of a tough one. Yeah, here we go. All right. Not exactly sure why this keeps happening, but it is frustrating to say the least. Hop back in with our current points leader. Running the all-white kit. Looks like the white, navy blue, and gold must be some sort of military appreciation for these guys tonight. I like this kit. Looks great. Current points leader sitting in 9th in qualifying, so he's going to look to improve this time for sure here tonight. Man, this is frustrating. Blake still holding it down in the 1 spot, the 301 PWR Neverland rider with a 52.83 slacks. He's still in the 2 spot, not Mason, holding on to the 3 spot. Check back in. GR still is yet to log a fast lap, but he looks like he's on a heater right now, so we'll hopefully see him put in a fast enough time. Get kind of closer to where his pace was in practice, as I apparently can't see anything. Yeah. I wonder if it's something that's server side. I don't even want to know what chat says. Well, yeah, I have over 100 ping right now, so this is gonna be difficult. Yeah, I mean, if we just look at the pings across the board, well, they're getting better now, but it's definitely tough when you turn on the slideshow while trying to put in a heater, so. Not sure what the SIRL team will do about this. Might delay us a little bit. As GR does find the speed that he needed, improves his time by about 2 seconds. But it is not going to be enough. Wow, this is insane. I cannot believe this is happening. Connection issues across the board. Let's see. 13 minutes left of qualifying, and man, this has got to be frustrating with these guys. Not being able to really go as fast as you want. Yeah, I can just tell like how jumpy it is. Wow, yep, I'm waiting for it. It's gonna happen soon. And then we're gonna go back to the camera looking at the finish line. Slaxley trying to put in a fast lap here, hopefully improve his time. He does, but does not matter. Blake puts an even faster time with a 52.352, our fastest time of the night, but he's got company behind him. GR is putting on the afterburners, trying to find that fast qualifying speed we know and love from him. D still holding on to the 10 spot now. Current points leader. Berger in the 4 spot, if I could ever get connected. Yeah, it's a tough situation. You know, these guys try to put on a good event, and there's nothing that they can really do for server side issues. We've run into this in the past. I know ARL is going on right now, maybe. I can't remember, but so there could be some issues there as far as bandwidth, but I just don't believe that. Berger's still sitting a second and a half off the front runners here. But a good qualifying position nonetheless with 4th in this session. Mason holding on to the 5 spot. Kyler on that VDR CDS ride in the 6 spot. Jinx on the 651 Motorsports. Hey, not a bad qualifying position for him. 8th overall. Renix on the MMR Wax ride. He's going to be in the 9 spot. And GR just clinging to life here in 10th. Our current points leader sitting back in 11th. So we got some we got time left. I don't think the server issues are going to rectify themselves for this qualifying session. So guys are just trying to put in laps now. Oh man, this is going to be brutal. Where is B group? I don't know, Gunny. I'm not tracking B group's times. I can only watch A group qualifying. I don't think anybody's streaming. It would have to be somebody else's personal stream that they would be running for B group. Ooh, did we just disconnect from the server? And there it is, server disconnection. All right, well, that is unfortunate. So we'll be back in just a moment as we try to get these server issues rectified. All right, well, let's check back in with the SIRL Discord. Looks like MXer has pulled the server down. Give you guys an update in real time, hopefully. All right, sounds like they are going to rerun 250 qualifying in just a moment. They're getting those servers back up, so unfortunate scenario, but hey, they're trying to do, we need to see that legendary fish hat. Yeah, man, of course. We'll get it back on. Come on. I'll sit and hang out while we wait for qualifying to get back up. So shout out to the SIRL crew, man. They're really trying to get this show running functionally well, and they do a good job. They, you know, say what you will, it is a racing series for a silly little dirt bike video game, but they try to do a pretty good job, and I think they do so. Yeah, it was it was bad. It's gonna be, I hope that just resetting the servers is all they need to do, and they won't have any issues after that. Round 6 track will be almost 2-minute lap times. Ooh, is it gonna be like a Daytona style speedway track? Because that'd be sick. We'll be turning 31 for Daytona this year, so that's fantastic. I'm not sure. I think they use my MXB, and then they might use one other. It's like Resolute's server launcher. So I'm not entirely sure who they use for dedicated servers. Oh, Charlotte, like SMX drag strip speedway. Fuck yeah, that's sick. Oh man. Yeah, I would say, Fission, that it's tough. GTX game hosting, I use that, it's awesome. Oh, interesting. Well, if MXer's watching, definitely try that out. I've never heard of it. You know, there's so much stuff that I have not heard of in this game. But speaking of something that you all might not have heard of, well, over at this YouTube channel, I host a weekly podcast called The Weekly Review with my good buddy Josh Hoffman. And we are throwing an edit contest here. The link is in the description for all the event details, but we've got some great cash up for grabs for editors. We've got a fantastic panel of judges that are going to be basically rating the best of the best edits across the board for MX bikes. So you've got about a month to get your submissions in, and we'll be selecting a stream date for that and hosting that as a kind of one-off stream that we do for a yearly contest. So there's about like $300 up for grabs as far as cash prizes are concerned. So if you are an editor or you know somebody that is into editing for MX bikes, definitely send them that info. We're trying to get as many people as we can to submit to this contest because it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun to see what everybody can cook up. All right. Well, I guess we can talk about real Supercross. How about Joe Shimoda, dude? Guy looked 4 days on the bike, 4 days on Supercross, and he comes out whole shots. And don't get me wrong, like, he got second, but if that red flag incident didn't happen, I don't think Pierce was able to get to him. He was clearly checked out, but he looked fantastic. And I mean, great start to the season regardless. 4 days on the bike. If all he does is get better throughout the season, I mean, the East Coast is going to be in a world of hurt. Cole Davies kind of shit the bed. But I mean, still rode fantastic. Like, down in the first corner, makes it all the way up to what, fifth, fourth, something like that. He finished off the podium. But dude, insane. Jalik Swoll made it about as far into the Supercross season as he usually does. It's about 7 laps into a main event and then eats it in the whoops. So it's pretty typical for him. Yeah, like I don't know what to say. Like, Jordan Smith rode all right. He didn't look terrible on that 450, but I think the only person that I truly trust to survive a Supercross season on that Triumph team is, I mean, and he's not even racing, is Mikkel Herup. But like, dude, like, if you're Triumph, like, you just gotta, I don't even know, just be an outdoors team, I guess, because none of those guys can survive a Supercross season. And you picked, like, they all have speed, and I don't want to sound like a D1 hater, but Jalik's got speed, Jordan Smith has speed, Austin Faulkner definitely has speed, but your entire squad has been the most injury-prone, crash-ridden, riddled squad that's ever lined up for 250, 450 Supercross in the last, I don't know, 7 to 10 years. Like, it's insane. Is there a single person that's finished a Supercross season on that squad? I think Jordan Smith has 1 complete season. Nate, I'm not sure when the servers are going up. They were just trying to reset them. And that was a couple of minutes ago. Doesn't look like they're up yet, so I would just say in a couple of minutes. What is a Supercross technicality? Yeah, I mean, you got to be dialed. Jordan Smith lawn darting Cole Davies at Salt Lake last year was not something that I had in my bingo card. But, I mean, it's Jordan Smith. It was a little bit on Cole's fault. Like, he cut over in the middle of a rhythm section. Jordan was already committed to tripling. He didn't hold his line, and it was an unfortunate incident. But, like, are we really surprised that Jordan Smith killed somebody just doing Jordan Smith things? Like, in qualifying of all things. And, yeah, like, I don't even know what to say about Jalik Swoll. I think he's maybe gone... I think the longest he's gone in a Supercross season was probably like 3 rounds for a 250 class. So unfortunate, because man, he had so much talent as an amateur, and he still does. But yeah, I think it's just kind of like he's going to be lost to the annals of time because he just can't stay healthy. I don't know. It looked like he got up, so maybe he's fine. Maybe he'll show up, but it's pretty typical that we see him just like yard sail and do something. I'm surprised that Pierce Brown made it around for an entire main event. I figured, you know, we had 2 laps left to go and he was coming through the whoop section. I'm like, yep, this is going to be it. It's going to be a repeat of last year. He started great and then just kind of shit the bed. So unfortunate for him last year, obviously. And it's great to see him back, great to see him healthy again, and clearly has the speed to win. He looked fast all day. I think Caden Dudney got a reality check after going 3rd in qualifying because he got to play with the, you know, the B group guys and just be kind of at will, find speed. But come to heat races, it looks like he was just kind of taken aback a little bit of like, oh man, all of these guys are this fast and qualifying doesn't really mean anything other than an ego boost. But Nate Thrasher had a good ride. Great way to start. Actually, no, he didn't he finish he finished 11th. He's never finished in the top 10 for the opening round of the 250 side of things. So no, I mean, typical Nate Thrasher start, but we're going to Daytona next week. So Nate could very well win on one of those tracks. Like he loves speedways tracks, so I would be shocked, or I would not be shocked to see him running up front for Daytona. But yeah, I don't know. Man, I'm hoping we get these servers up in just a moment, folks. Yeah. I'm gonna need a new beer here pretty soon, which is troubling. Hopefully everything's going smooth on the 450 side. It looks like those guys have 0 issues as far as ping is related. Steady at 31, so that's good. Wonder if they're just running scripts or something. Okay. It sounds like we're going to run 250 qualifying once 450s is finished up. Then we'll run 450 heats alongside 250 qual and run it as usual. Okay, so we're going to be delayed a little bit. I'm not sure how much time is left in the 450 side of practice, but just a moment longer. Might take a quick break before we jump into that, though. So, yeah, I think we're going to do that. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back, and we'll get ready for some 250 qualifying action for Group A in just a moment.
like the jail, the Drake in my city. Fuck what they say, they won't say that shit to me. I'm in downtown, all my brothers is with me. Shout out my boys from the 70s, shout out my boys from the 60s. They know what's in me. Shout out my boys from the 17, they really know how I was living. Oh, if I see the car, I heard that they got a problem with me. Told them cut on my face, but they faking it fraud. Drive through the hood in Lamborghini cars. I might just give 100 to my dog. Like, thank you for holding it down, and I'm sorry if you ever felt like that was love lost.
Fresh Kid Z, Fresh Kid C, yes, sir. Fresh Kid P, Fresh Kid Z. Oh yeah, we back. Oh, is that from? Yeah, Jones. Yeah. Chitty bang, and we pretty much amazing. Can we hear your new song, please? I got you. Hey yo, I once was a kid, all I had was a dream. More money, more problems. When I get it, I'ma pound it out. Now I'm dope on the bread, we can toast so fresh. How we flow, everybody get this down. I once was a kid with the other little kids. Now I'm ripping up shows and them fans going wild with us. Tell mommy I'm sorry, this life is a party. Remember you was a kid. Google me the images, follow me, I'm the leader. And when I park cars, I don't pay for the meter. I remember I was younger as a kid, it was the best. I used to suck on all the pretty girls and reset. I'm at my peak, yes, I won't leave yet. Cereal style, cereal aisle, I need checks. I can make these rappers run like a hard drill. Rock band, show you how the guitar feel. And I could care less how y'all feel. I got a flow to make a bitch do a cartwheel. This is that good, just puff it and relax, bro. And you could get it free, don't worry about the tax, no. And Zap Fool, thank you for the crack. But I play around Burgundy, I anchor on the track. Hey, like yo, I once was a kid, all I had was a dream. More money, more problems. When I get it, I'ma pound it up.
All right, folks, we are back and we are getting ready for our second iteration of 250 qualifying here in just a moment. Looks like servers are up and getting populated as we speak. So let's just give me a couple more moments and then we'll hop back in and hopefully get ready for a Group A qualifying coming up in just a moment. Round 2. Hopefully, looks like the server issues have been rectified, so hopefully I don't have to eat those words. But yeah, looks like we're getting people loaded in now. You guys obviously excited to get on the track and get ready to go. So it's gonna be a good session, I think. Gotta wonder how loud that is. We'll just turn that down ever so slightly so you guys aren't trying to battle through music and me talking. That's always fun, I believe. Or maybe you don't care and you're just looking to, you know, take in as much content as you possibly can. That might, I mean, I don't know. I've hit my head a lot, so I got ADHD from that. And, you know, I find myself just constantly consuming something. Like, I can't sleep without the TV on. Yes, Fission, they are doing the races at different times. 450s they have their heats up, and 250s will do qualifying, and then we'll run our 250 heats, LCQ, and main event. So we're just a little behind schedule, about half hour behind schedule, unfortunately, but hopefully folks can get loaded in, and then we can get ready to go qualifying here in just a moment, because I know people are anticipating the getting the show on the road on a Sunday night. But during the break, I was able to fix my defective beer. So we're all good there. You know how it is. I did take the fish hat off, unfortunately, but you guys can still see it. It's right there. It's sitting on the edge of the couch. So if you're looking for the fish hat, it'll be there. It'll stay there all night. I won't take it out of frame, but it's a little uncomfortable to wear on my head while calling the racing action. So I'll take back those words. But looks like we've got just about everybody loaded in for qualifying, so hopefully we can get started here relatively shortly. Guys are sinking in, and we will likely get started. God, you know what? I think I'm going to stick with GR. I think we're going to be... Lame needs to be front and center. Sorry, man. I'm trying to get through tonight. Ooh, we do have some higher ping on Lustafin, Shadow, and Nacho. Nacho running 176 ping, dude. Oh, man. That's tough. That's going to be tough for tonight, so... hopefully that can get rectified, because that's brutal. Anything. I mean, we got guys still in the 80s. Oh, man, it's not looking great, but we'll try to get through it. All right. Looks like folks have loaded in. Everybody's synced in. Oh, just waiting on a couple more. We got last week's winner, Ashton, on that Nova ride, just syncing in now. Weston on that NZXT model company in... just a couple more moments so those guys get synced in, and then we're getting right into qualifying here in just a moment, folks. Off to a great start is Jenks, though, in the second round of free practice with a 53.6 on his second lap. Yeah, I mean, 80 and 120 is better than 800 and 1,000. Yeah, that's definitely better. I don't even know if you could play this game on 1,000 ping. The preferred range of ping, I mean, I sit pretty stable around like 30 to 50. 50 is still a little high, but if you can get, yeah, 10 to like 40 is usually pretty good. 50 is kind of the upper limit, but once you start to get into like 70 to 80, like you're kind of cooked. I mean, it's still playable, but you get the flip book, your FPS starts to drop a little bit, and it's not really your inputs, it's other people's inputs, right? So at a certain point in time, like if you're over 100 ping, you'll vanish out of the server, kind of like what we were seeing in the last qualifying session, where it's like that person would disappear. Well, now, like, imagine you're locked in a battle with that person. They'll just disappear randomly, and then you have no idea where they're going to be on track, and it's highly likely that you're going to collide with them. So that's the issue with high ping, is just the amount of server lag that you get and how difficult that can be to navigate as far as a qualifying position is concerned. Interesting enough, though, we have yet to see Panda return. The Honda rider, the lone Honda rider, is not in this qualifying session, which is a little surprising. So, all right, well, it looks like we've got just one more person sinking in, and then we're going to get ready to go qualifying here today. So, hopefully, all right. Oh, we will have a larger quali group for this session, so that's interesting. So we're gonna just try to get people on the road here. No more delays. So Group A will consist of Slaxy, Jinx, Burger, Mystery, Kyler, Nacho, Ashton, Smuds, Not, Mason, Bandit, Dion, MXer, Rev, Shadow, Beezus, Nate, Elder, Shifty, Lustafin, 518, Nate, D, Wesson, Honda, and that Vision Ride, Matt, the Privateer, and GR, the Nova VCV rider. So, 26 riders in this qualifying session. It's gonna be a good one. Hopefully we can get started here in just a moment, though. Well, I suppose we can hop in, watch some free practice here. Smuds on that Neverland ride, super locked in right now. Looking good as per usual. Currently sitting in 9th in qualifying. Blake with a 52.45. This guy is absolutely flying here tonight, folks. This is definitely one to watch. He looks good. Servers do look like they have stabilized a bit, so this will hopefully be for the best. Six minutes left of free practice. Hopefully we'll get right into this qualifying session. The toughest part about dealing with these server issues is you've got, guys like Blake, where essentially, they've already done 10 minutes of time qualifying on top of, 12 minutes of free practice. And now they're doing another 12 minutes of free practice. So you can kind of, wear yourself out a little bit when it comes to, being just like that amount of intensity and trying to run heaters for essentially a half hour straight. So, I mean, I know these guys play this game a lot and it definitely shows, but man, it's got to suck when you lock into that lap that was an absolute heater and probably going to put you on that top step of the podium for as far as qualifying is concerned, and then these server issues just kind of plague your ability to go back out, maybe get a little bit of stick fatigue a little bit, and now you're basically signing up to go right back after it. As you see G go a little long in that rhythm section, makes a small mistake, ends up going inside for this next long rhythm section. Able to get that triple into the inside for this elevated flat turn. Man, I'm going to be glazing the shit out of those guys for that. I love to see those. I want those to come back in real Supercross so bad. I remember it must have been, oh God, when was it? It would have been 2021 Minneapolis Supercross, whatever the last Supercross that they had there. I got carbon monoxide poisoning and almost died, so they'll never bring it back. But they had an elevated 90-degree flat turn that was either you could roll to the inside and go over, table over single, or some of the 450 guys were actually quadding out of that section, or you go all the way to the outside and go on-off single and jump across. Dude, I remember watching Jeremy Martin just hammer that. It was incredible watching him do that. It was so cool. Guy was a freak. There we go. This is what we expected out of him. GR on that Nova VCV ride puts himself into the top spot with a 52.549 to start the second round of qualifying for the 250 class. This guy is absolutely on fire. This is where we really, expected him to be for tonight. Fast qualifier. Slaxy not too far off of him, 0.6, got a little bit of room. And then our last week's winner, Ashton, on that Nova ride, he's going to put himself in the third spot. So fantastic performance out of him as well. Smuds holding on to the 4th spot. Looks like Mystery's going to put himself into the 5 spot. Berger on that Benetton Racing's Husqvarna. He's going to be in the 6 spot. Jinx in the 7 spot. Kyler 8th. Bandit 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be Dion in an FTC GLD ride. GR absolutely holding it down. Let's see. Let's check back in with our points leader now as he's sitting in 12th. Looks like he might be on a heater this time around. You know, like I said this last week, D has never really struck me as a guy that is, you know, looking to go down and absolutely hammer down in qualifying. He's a racer. He knows when he needs to make moves. He's very strategic. He's not going to override the track. He's not going to make any mistakes. And just as I say that, he puts himself into the 7th spot. So he's got the pace to do well here tonight. And I said this last week, you know, D is a guy that, here's a guy that, his fastest lap time is so close to his consistent lap time. So he's not a guy that has the extra, like, 10-15% to drop down a second in the qualifying session, but what he does have is the ability to put himself in the perfect position. Oh man, what a throwback kit this is. MXer rocking the old Grit Racing Development Spectre kit from when we used to be teammates, and some custom Thor gear that I had made. Shout out to MXer. Throwing back the retro kit. I always liked these bikes. They turned out so good, so really cool of him to throw on an old kit and let her buck. He's gonna make a small mistake. He's holding down the 12th spot, so a good qualifying session for him. He was probably hoping for a little bit better of a time, but he's not too far off as GR still holding on to that 2 spot, or the 1 spot. Smuds has improved his time significantly, only 0.4 off, so definitely one to watch here tonight. I think we're going to have a Nova Neverland battle because these guys are taking up a lot of valuable real estate on the qualifying podium here tonight. Smuds is going to put it in the dirt, unfortunate for him. But his teammate Slaxy only 0.6 off, so this guy's been fantastic so far in a couple of the qualifying sessions that we've had and pre-practice, so I would definitely want to watch here tonight in Pittsburgh. Take a look. We'll go on board with Mystery. Sent in a kit. Looks like he's got the Vet MX look to him a little bit. I like the red, white, and blue. Military appreciation. Oh, man. Interesting line choice there. Going all the way to the inside. Yeah, all right. Elected to negate the lap there. He's going to try again, try to put himself on a heater. Man, I am so excited for this 250 class and the battles that we're going to see, because if you've got a battle for the lead and it comes down to that whoop section, ooh, man, that could be interesting, especially before the finish line. Electing to go single over table through this section, triple going to go to the outside. Different line choice that we've seen out of guys. Oh my, as he's going to quad, goes off track, jumping over the berm. All right, well, he's going to try one more time. We'll lock in with Ashton as he puts himself into the 2 spot. So great ride out of him so far. Still 0.4 off of his teammate, who is looks like he keeps improving his time with a 52.419. So GR definitely having a good qualifying round this time around. Ashton pulls out that quad out of the outside. Single over table, interesting line. Ooh, comes up a little short, and he's going to negate that. We'll hop on board with Berger, the Benetton Racing Husqvarna rider, in the 3 spot. So Nova has taken over the podium, save for one lonely Husqvarna rider, as he's just sitting waiting on the side of the track. We'll lock back in with Smuds as he's going to try to put himself back towards the top step. Just under 12 and a half minutes left in this qualifying session. Smuds still holding on to that 4 spot. Did not like the lap. Go on board with Kyler on that VDR CDS ride. Currently sitting in 6th, second off, so looking to improve his time this time around. I mean, these guys are doing their dangdest. Gonna make a small mistake there, negate the lap, as GR has put in an absolute clinic, almost down to sub 52. So these Nova riders, man, they are cooking here tonight. A 52.14, fastest qualifier of the night so far, as Blake's gonna find a little bit more speed. The PWR Neverland rider, he's gonna put himself in a great position. Ooh, he's gonna come up a little short there, negate the lap. We'll watch to see if Ashton tries to respond. Going inside, on, off, that's gotta be, oh, he's gonna go over the berm, negate that. See, this is the tough part about qualifying, right? Is like guys are constantly going back to pit, constantly moving around. Nobody ever does a full 20 minutes on track. Making small adjustments here and there, trying to get a little bit better feel. Are gonna elect to negate that lap, so let's go back on with Slaxy. Just about halfway done with this qualifying session. Neverland looking to capitalize here with some good qualifying positions. I like the option line there, you know, guys going outside, going for the quad, or going on off. I think the on off is a little bit faster just because you stay lower to the ground, but you know, these 250 guys are making it work both ways. Slaxy's gonna mess up that rhythm, end up casing that triple out. Lap's not gonna be good enough there. Check back in with our points leader. I just saw him outside of frame. Comes up short. Oh, man. This is what I'm talking about, folks. This is so tough. These guys are riding on the razor's edge trying to make this stuff work. And, you know, just we're talking tenths of seconds off as Blake, you know, 2/10 off. Like, that's crazy. And that is, you know, a little bit of tire slippage in a corner, coming up short on a triple just ever so slightly. That's how fine these guys have to be to get these fast qualifying times. You have to be absolutely perfect. SD currently sitting in 11th, a second and a half back, but still, I'm not scared for him. Not really concerned. I think he's gonna be fine. Making some small mistakes here and there, but Ashton did not like that run through the whoops, so I mean, it is just chaos for these guys trying to reset the lap. Did not like the lap there. We'll hop back in with Blake as he's going to try to put himself a little bit closer. I mean, 2/10 is not a lot. Like I said, it's, you know, coming up short here, a little bit of lost traction in a corner. I think he knows he's got the pace to put himself on the top step. We are just riding that razor's edge. He's going to go inside, and that's going to discount the lap. Not count the lap there. Slaxy, his teammate, trying to find something as he puts himself into the 3 spot with a burner. Or excuse me, into the 5 spot. Sorry, I scrolled up. 0.7 off. I mean, if we look at the top 6, folks, they're all within a second of each other. So this 250 class is competitive. All of these guys here in the top 6 have a chance to win tonight. And I would even say, like, do not count out D. Do not count out, any of these people. Like, D is plenty capable of running that 2.5 off this fast qualifying time for 12 minutes straight. Don't even think twice about it. Ooh, Slack's gonna come up short. We'll hop back in with D as he's trying to improve his qualifying time. 5.5 minutes left in this session, so time winding down. As he's gonna come up short on that triple. I mean, these guys are trying to stretch every possible inch they can get out of these 250s to get over some of these jumps. Oh, D getting absolutely sideways. Saves it through the whoops, though. Not going to improve his time, but good way to start. Check back in with our current qualifying leader, GR, as he looks to try to find more speed. I mean, I knew lap times were going to be fast here tonight, but I did not expect him to be down in almost to the 51s. This guy just has so much raw speed. It's incredible. And he loves to stand through the corners. Like, he just doesn't let off. As he does dip down into the 51s at 51.954. Wow, that is incredible. I did not think that we were going to see times that fast tonight, but GR on that Nova VCV machine has proven otherwise, making me eat my words on stream. A fantastic qualifying position for him, qualifying time, what have you. That is the pace for tonight. So, ooh, as Blake's going to make a small mistake. I mean, now we're talking, he's almost a full second than the rest of the fields. Wow. Look out tonight, boys. We've got a potential multi-time winner now. Ashton getting absolutely sideways through the whoop section. That was insane to watch. That, I mean, that's probably likely what's going to happen tonight, folks. Somebody's going to get sideways and crash, and it's going to cost them maybe a transfer spot, maybe a main event win. We don't know. A lot to come here tonight. Just under 3 minutes left. I mean, these guys are trying to find every 10th of a second here now, trying to dwindle down. Blake's still within a half a second. PWR Neverland rider, so. Kind of got a good idea of what this top 40 is going to look like, though, out of this session. I just cannot believe that. out of GR. That is insanely fast. I mean, these guys are scrubbing everything, just trying to shave tenths of seconds, pushing these bikes to the absolute limit. A little bit of slippage on the outside, able to save it. That's going to cost him, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, these guys are riding the absolute razor's edge. And when you talk about, you know, doing 10 minutes of a qualifying session, Boiz is currently sitting 19th in qualifying, 3.7 seconds down. So, it's gonna, I mean, possibly in the top 40. It's gonna be close there. Back to what I was saying, you know, these guys are going so fast. Smud's able to put himself in a little bit better qualifying position, you know, 0.4 off. So Neverland has taken up most of the real estate on the qualifying podium as far as we're concerned here, as we have a minute and 16 seconds left in this qualifying session. I'll give you a quick top 10 rundown. GR, who is in the pits with fastest with a 51.94. Smuds, or Blake, the 301 POWR Neverland rider, 0.4 off. Currently sitting in third is his teammate Smuds, the 163 machine, the 406 of Ashton on that Nova ride in the 4 spot, the 642 of Berger on the Bennington Racing Husqvarna in the 5 spot, the 568 of Slaxy on that Neverland KTM in the 6 spot, the 166 of Jinx on the 651 Motorsports ride in the 7 spot. Our current points leader, the 193 or 24 of D on that Black Rifle No Fear KTM in the 8 spot, the 282 of Nacho and that VDR ride in the 9 spot, and rounding out our top 10 will be his teammate of Kyler. So 20 seconds left in this qualifying session. Blake trying to find a 10th here, a 10th there. We'll see. He'll probably likely be his last lap as time is going to expire, folks. One more opportunity for these folks. The clock hits 0. Let's see if he's able to improve his qualifying position and put himself in the top spot. He does improve his qualifying time, but it's not going to be enough. 0.267 off. Wow. Talk about a fantastic last lap. We've got the heats coming up in just a moment, folks, so stay tuned. Fantastic performance out of GR, though. We'll be right back in just a moment.
contract with a bag full of cash. And these people red like that. With a bag full of cash. And these people red like that. With a bag full of cash. And these people red like that. Bitch, I won't know. Bitch, I know. Body know. Bitch, I know. Body know. Bitch, I know. Body know. And these people red like that. Bitch, I was made in gold, fall asleep, it's on my resume. Feeling low, pop the ceiling, please don't hesitate. Peeling off, chasing racks, keep me insane. I don't want to wrap my mind around her every day. Any night, anyway, I'ma ride for you. Dollar signs, pockets swole, like it's swine. Many fold, many try. Targeting me like a problem. Be sovereign, what you want, I got. And in my hindsight, all of this becoming silly. If I made a milli, then my mommy made a milli. Clearly on my next step, took me 4 hours. Why you can be my guest. Hard to catch sunshine, waiting by my desk. Yeah. You want fun times, I need nothing less. I don't wanna wait too long, do I have to? A lot of racing thoughts in my head. Mess around and play your parts, and you better turn one shot like I never missed. Back-to-back shots on your bitch, you can have her back. Yeah, diamonds on my wrist, I always wanted that. Yeah, shawty got big tits, I always wanted that. Yeah, she coming with me and she ain't coming back. No, yeah, and you can have her back, I can't let her go.
We bled up, bled up, bled up, bled up. Bled up, bled up, bled up. Y'all gotta pump my taste, bitch. Y'all can't talk about basic. We might have more Power Ranger. My niggas also dangerous. Y'all niggas talk outrageous. Don't get caught in the matrix. Got that touch my savior. Keep it that touch with my haters.
And we are back, folks, and we are getting ready for our first heat race of the night, 250 heat number 1. That is what we expect for the odd weeks. Just for instance, just for, you know, clarification, on odd weeks, I will be doing heat number 1, and on even weeks, we'll do heat number 2. So we only stream 1 heat over here. We try to keep the show rolling. They do a pretty great job of that. So just trying to do a good job. But hey, let's take a look at our qualifying results for this round here tonight in Pittsburgh. Hog, well, GR, I don't know. He changes his name a lot, but the 426 of Hog on that Nova VCV with a 51.94 in the top position. The 301 of Blake on that PWR Neverland ride with a 52.222. Lots of twos, 4 twos in that time alone. The 163 of Smuds puts himself in a great position with a 52.41. Ashton on that Nova ride. Wait, this seems wrong. Why does this seem wrong? No, that's the right time. Okay, well, Panda's back. The 777 Honda rider with a 52.89, so keep an eye out for him. The 642 of Berger on that Benetton racing ride, he's finding himself in a good position with a 52.907, so a second off. But if you look at the rest of the field, he's not too far off of those guys, so be on the lookout for him. Definitely here tonight. As people are getting loaded in, I mean, this is just going to be a fantastic Fission. This is a round 5, so this will be a even race, or excuse me, odd race. Numbers are hard. It's okay. We're all trying to do our best, but if we take a look at who is in this 250 heat number 2, we've got our current points leader D on that Black Rifle No Fear ride, Weston on the NZXT Model Co. Mystery on the MMR Wax Racing ride, the Race Boy 237 TPR Dirt Lab. Yeah, he's got a lot of people in his name. Smuds, we've got on that Neverland ride, the 197, my very own Peach T, looking to put himself in the main event tonight, so I'll be rooting for you. Hopefully he went and downloaded some gear. Let's take a look. Servers just went live. Oh, okay. Yep. Cam, hey man, I appreciate the kind words, man. I'm just trying to do my best out here. Good to hear from you though. Who else we got in here? We've got Slaxy. We've got our fastest qualifier of GR, or Hog, as he would like to be known on my MXB. Man, these guys change their names so often. It's I get it. I mean, whatever. I'm just the guy that has a couple of Miller Lights, calls some virtual dirt bike action. Dude, could you imagine? I mean, all right, well, I guess we kind of experienced this because there's no way Ricky Carmichael isn't fucking absolutely blacked out hammered when he's calling the racing action. Like, there's no way. But, like, you think how, like, awesome Jason Wygant is at announcing races, and if he was just a little bit looser with, like, a couple of beers in his system, if he was just crushing IPAs up in the booth. Like, how awesome that would be. I don't know. Who else we got? We got Panda, the 777 rider in this heat race. Man, this is going to be a look out for this guy. He's a lone Honda rider. Well, I'm actually not sure. Looks like Peach has disconnected, unfortunately. Dropped. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know why. We got Hunter on that Blackline racing machine. Blackline ride, I should say. I can't just add racing to every team name. It's not how this works. What else we got? Layman, Noodles, and Beezus. I have not seen Layman. Maybe he's in a different heat, so I'm not sure if Beezus made the cut either. At least not in the top 20 is what I saw. So, Pretzel, TPR Dirt Lab ES rider. Wonder if it's the Pretzel that I know. Likely. Highly likely. All right, well, we got about 6 minutes. They both are in. They're in heat 2. Well, good luck to them tonight. Hopefully we see them in the main. If not, well, we'll see them in the LCQ, that's for sure. Which is my favorite race of the night. Oh, man, your power went out. Ugh, that's heartbreaker, dude. Sorry to hear. That's tough. Well, I mean, maybe. Might be time. Maybe it just flashed. I don't know. What they say. The Jersey Devils out there fucking with the power again. All right, well, we know what that sound is. That is the sound of our race bell. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to go racing here, folks. Let me just turn my music off. And we're going to get locked in and ready to go for our 250 class heat number 1, first race of the night. You know, I think I'm going to go with GR, man. This guy has just fantastic starts all season long. He has been fantastic in that department. So, oh, with a jump start. Oh, no. Hopefully it's not a repeat of a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, blizzard conditions right now. Oh, man, that's so tough. Well, stay safe, stay warm, brother. I'm hoping the best for you. Another disqualified rider. Man, this is going to be a tough way to go if people are getting jump starts left and right. You guys will have to let me know. Turn shaders back on. Okay. I mean, if it's not a server issue, I thought it was a shaders issue, but maybe it's not. So we can actually see some stuff. All right, the revs are up. And the gate is down for 250 heat number 1. Who's going to be the first corner? GR with a great jump. He's going to be out front as Panda is going to get collected in the first corner. Not Mason side by side. As he goes almost nose picks into that rhythm section, but an early race lead for our fastest qualifier tonight here in heat 1. He crosses the finish line out front. We're going to get swapped over to our TV cameras in just a second here, folks. Check back in with our leader, GR, the Nova VCV rider. He's currently sitting first. Not Mason, but look at this, the 193 machine. Like I said, folks, it doesn't matter where he qualifies. He's going to be in the front when it comes to racing. D is a racer, and he has found the front of the pack early on. A little sketchy there. Let's see if he can lock in. 'Cause, I mean, his times are just so consistent, right? Like, he doesn't run too far off his qualifying pace. So wherever he qualifies, this is a time that he can run pretty much for 20 minutes straight. I have to believe that. Smuds currently sitting second in timing and scoring, probably due to some cuts, but he's going to work on the Black Rifle No Fear rider. Trying to make the pass side by side through this rhythm section, and he will do it as he goes triple into the inside, into that elevated corner, makes a pass stick. So D going back to work. Not Mason trying to claw his way into the podium position here. Still out front, GR has made a great start, 2.7 seconds, so awesome for him. And if we look back at our transfer spot, that's going to be between Waylon and Nacho, which is currently sitting in 7th. Oh man, cuts are so difficult, but Nacho currently holding on to the last transfer spot as Mystery's going to work on him. Through the whoops, looks like we had a crash out in front of those guys, so wonder who that was. Dion's gonna take a tumble there. We got a battle for a transfer spot here. Let's check back in out front though, as D has found the rear wheel of Smuds, trying to put himself into a heat podium here, or into the 2 spot rather. They have distanced themselves a little bit from Not Mason. He's fallen off the pace. Ooh, as D's gonna make a small mistake, and that's gonna allow Smuds to open up a little bit more breathing room now. And I mean, just out front, this guy's putting on an absolute clinic. 3.5 seconds in a heat race. This guy is flying. GR on that Nova VCV ride. D trying to navigate these whoops. I mean, it's gonna be tough here tonight, dude. So far, a fantastic performance out of the 193. Check back in, see if we got a battle for, looks like 5th here, as the lone Honda rider, Panda, the 777 machine, has found the rear wheel of Dion, as Dion's gonna come up a little short. Alternating rhythms. Oh, Panda hits the deck hard after making the pass, so now he's gotta go back to work, remount, refocus. Dude, yeah, these guys are really asking a lot out of these 250s, stretching out these big triples. I knew that this track was going to be difficult just due to the size of how these rhythm lanes are. Like, they're long, there's a lot of big lines, and it takes a lot out of the 250 to get there. It looks like Smuds has opened up a little bit of breathing room now as these front runners settle into their pace, as Wesson and Dion getting shuffled back now, as Panda will take the position away. Panda looking to set sights on Not Mason for 4th now, so something to watch out for in the future. Dion falling back to 6th now, or 7th, and Mystery and Nacho going to battle for that final transfer spot. Mystery still holding on to it as he's gonna swap. Oh, guys come together in the corner. A mistake out of Mystery cost another rider to get hung up there. But unfortunately, he gets put over the berm. We're gonna see Nacho's gonna hit the deck, and oh, T-Comp gets into the back of him, and Noah, the privateer rider. It is chaos back here for the final transfer spot. Check back in now. It looks like Panda has gotten around Not Mason, so 21 seconds back. Must have been a couple of mistakes out of Not Mason. D, Smuds, and GR have settled into their positions though, folks. It is unlikely that anybody else will get to them barring any mistakes. See if Mason can remount a charge, try to get back into that 4 spot. Mystery still going to work now on Dion though. Holding on to 7th, so a little bit of breathing room for the 129 MMR Wax Rider. Wesson holding on to 8th. Noah and Nacho, however. Nacho trying to claw his way forward, puts Wesson into the bales for the spot, but then immediately goes off track. So now Noah and Wesson are duking it out for the final transfer spot. Noah has it as far as timing and scoring is concerned. Time has expired, though. We've got a 4-rider battle for the final transfer spot, and I'm not sure of who's going to take it. Noah getting shuffled back now. Nacho holding on. These guys are doing everything to try to get around each other. As it sits right now, Noah still holds on to that final transfer spot. And man, these guys are going to absolutely nuke each other, I have a feeling. So now they're getting into lap traffic. Oh man, I'm getting so confused here. Noah still holds on to the position. Check back in with our leaders though. D has gotten to the rear wheel of Smuds and is trying to make the pass. Smuds gonna go up the inside. D unable to make the pass stick, electing to go to an alternate rhythm. Ooh, comes up a little short there. So it's not gonna pay off for the 193 machine. Time has expired for this man. White flag is flying, so we will see the checkered flag out in just a couple of sections here, folks. And he will have done it. The 426 of GR on the Nova VCV ride lights the candles for the first time tonight in Pittsburgh. Wins heat number 1. Smud's gonna hold on to the 2 spot. Lap traffic, I mean, there's chaos at the finish line. Smuds will hold on to it deep in the 3 spot. Panda coming in for 4th as he's wheeling across the entire whoop section. Outstanding salvage ride for the heat race there. Not Mason in the 5 spot. Dion, Mystery, all making it in. Slaxy in 8th. Wesson in our final transfer spot. Doesn't look like Noah's gonna have enough to get to him, but we'll check back just to see what happens here. I mean, anything can happen. No mistake out of Wesson. He's going to cross the finish line. He will be our last transfer for 250 heat number 1. Well, alrighty then, folks. It's going to be just a moment. We're going to get ready for 250 LCQ. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Instant karma. Yeah, that was exciting. GR with a fantastic performance, gets the win. I mean, he put on a clinic. 12 seconds to the next guy. Like, this guy, he might be our first 2-time winner in the 250 class here tonight. He's been fantastic all season. He got a great start, so if those starts continue, it's going to be hard for these guys to push and get to him. So it'll be interesting to see where he ends up as far as points are concerned, but a win could be on his on his horizon here in the next couple of moments. But hey, we're going to take a short break and then we're going to get right back into 250 LCQ action. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back.
You are a star. Fun to see you laughing with your gold teeth. What you want? Make it yours. Backseat, I hate it in my gold teeth. Backseat, I wanna see you touch me. Backseat, you tell me in the something. Backseat in the whip, I look laughing. Backseat in the whip, I feel disgusted. Ain't no point in waiting. Ain't no point in waiting. I wanna see you touch the ground with a back like that. Put your mama in the back of some spotlight jack. Green eyes from beneath your coat, she getting no back. Tell matches, step in. I'm about to like that, yeah. I'm gonna work that shit, yeah. You don't wanna get this dip, yeah. I'm about that miss, yeah. We gon' get this, hit this, yeah. She gon' dance with shade, yeah. She gon' catch a bitch, yeah. She gon' buy new bands, yeah. She gon' buy new bands, yeah.
Bitch, right off the back, I need y'all to flex. All of this stunting look good for my ex. All of these zeros look good on my checks. I got like 2 or 3 phones for business and bitches and still can't even answer a text. Yeah, we in a spot, we won't give it a rest. They be saying that liquor gon' catch up to you, nigga. It ain't caught up to me yet. I hit the road, I'm out of state, then give me a 10. Ballin' again, 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 again. Ballin' again, 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 again. That was a plan again, bitch, I'm the man again. Walk out of yeah. I don't fuck with it, she feisty. All of the niggas that's with me are shiesty. This is the reason these niggas don't like me, yeah. I gotta win, I gotta hit from the back when it's pricey. I gotta fly the Travis to Sightsee. She wanna fuck.
Nigga wanna see me fall, yeah. Talking dollar with my goal, yeah. We gon' run around the globe, yeah. You gon' wear that shit from home, yeah. Kawasaki on the road, yeah. Yeah. Nigga wanna see me fall. Stephen Curry, how I ball. Gosha garments and a white 3 on my body. I'm an icon, man. And my girl about a 10. I should fuck her in the Benz. Niggas say they run my hometown. I don't know how I'm a prince here, man. All we talk about is checks. Cash, rack, bills, mud, stacks. Ew, I'm in love with my squad. Fuck, shit, oh my, nigga wanna see me fall. I been focused on the door. Give a damn about what they talking about. I done ranked up, man. All they girls doing go. Winning, we just kept it low. Supermodels in the bando. Is there anywhere that we can't go, man? We just put up to the club, yeah. You know I don't give a fuck, yeah.
Throwing money at the night shift out in BK on a weekday, man. I got friends moving packs.
We're not just creating gear. We're crafting a statement. A statement that you are bold, fearless, and ready to conquer any challenge that comes your way. We're about pushing limits, defying the odds, and showing the world what you're made of. And when you wear the label, you're not just showing up. You're setting the standard. You're telling the world that you're not just in the game, but you're here to win.
And we are back, folks. We are getting ready for our 250 LCQ, my favorite race of the night. We're just waiting on guys to get loaded in here, folks. I mean, this is just going to be a wonderful night of racing. Yeah, again, if you don't know who I am, my name is right there. I am Dylan Carlson, and I will be calling all of your racing action for the 250 class for the remainder of the season. I've been here since round one. I did all of the, Did I do both classes last year? I can't remember. It was a lot. But I am happy to be back. I'm glad that the SIRL crew reached out and asked me to come back and do some streaming for them. I know I am not the most popular MX Bikes YouTuber at all. I'm not a streamer by trade, I should say. But hey, we're out here. I try to do a good job. Maybe, I don't know. Some people like to... some people like the graphics, some people like the production. To those people that have said that it looks great, well, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. I did put a lot of effort into this, the overlays and everything that goes into this. Not only each week, but at the beginning of the season. I did the preseason round on my old layout, and it's just like, it's not good enough. Not for me. So, I kind of went back to the drawing board, redid some of the animations, and, you know, it is what it is. So thank you to all those people that have said kind words. I did get some feedback on last week's stream. I do apologize. You know, it's just 5.5 hour drive back from Lake of the Woods, doing some walleye fishing, and then kind of being a little hungover. It's tough. It's tough to be entertaining. So, but hey, we've got our 250 LCQ coming up in just a moment. We know what that sound is, so we're going to get ready to go racing here. We've got 14 people in this LCQ, so we're going to get swapped over for our LCQ overlay. As these bikes are getting revved up and getting ready to go. Let's see if I can turn my Spotify off, though. That would be nice if I could do that. Man, I am almost getting to the point now where I might need 3 monitors, but hey, the start sequence is done. 15-second board is sideways. We're getting ready to go racing for a 250 LCQ. Revs are up here in Pittsburgh, and the gate is down. Who's going to be the first to the first corner? Looks like Bendover's got a great jump, but it might be Waylon on that FPR CDS ride as T-Comp and Bendover go to the Toolies early in this LCQ. Noah, the privateer rider, just finding himself not transferring out of the heat race, and Nacho and Zeif are neck and neck for 3rd and 4th, but here comes the 38 machine rocking the throwback GRD kit in the 5 spot. So we're gonna get swapped over to our TV cameras in just a second here, folks. Oh God, that was terrible. Don't ever do that again, Dylan. All right. Currently out front, Waylon on the FPR CDS ride. He's gonna have the lead, but hot on his heels is the Noah privateer rider, as he's going to get passed by Nacho, the VDR machine, Midwest. Wait, is that what that stands for? MWS? I can't remember. Wesson was saying that he does feel bad for punting him in that heat race, but it's, you know, it is what it is. MXer finds himself into the final transfer spot as Noah's getting shuffled back here. MXer going for the kill on Seif, this VDR rider. As it sits right now, VDR has a lot of real estate in the transfer spots for this LCQ, and time is of the essence here as we have 3.5 minutes plus a lap left. So MX are trying to not give up the position as he makes a mistake, and now Noah will find himself into the final transfer spot. Gonna have to remount a charge here. Motion work suspension is what MWS stands for. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't know what, I honestly, like, I'm so far removed from this game. I literally just, I make videos. Oh, is Seif's gonna hit the deck? And is that gonna allow Noah to the 2 spot, and Nacho goes down? And now MXer finds himself in the final transfer spot again as Seif is gonna try to go to work on him. So we're gonna stay locked on this battle here. MXer does have a little bit of cuts, so this could come into play. Seif gonna go for the alternate line. Is he gonna make the pass? He's not gonna be able to, but he's gonna have a better drive into this section. It looks like MXer still holding on for now. Comes up a little short. Seif makes another small mistake. MXer gonna get the preferred triple into this elevated corner. So he's gonna hold on for now, but man, this is getting intense here back for the final transfer spot. As far as timing and scoring is concerned, MXer does have to get a small gap in order to find himself in the main event. Rocking that throwback custom Thor gear I did for him back in the day. Man, it's been a long time since I was doing replica gear. Still holds up though. Still looks good. Way back when he joined GRD. Oh, man. That team has since gone away. It's okay, though. Some things have to come to an end as MXer makes a small mistake there. Man, he's going to have to break away, though. I mean, we're talking a couple hundredths of a second here that MXer needs to pull this lead as time is winding down. Oh, as MXer's gonna make a mistake and now will relinquish the position to Seif, so now he has to go back to work. Out front though, Waylon, he does have pressure from Noah. We will likely see, ooh, could be 2 laps to go, could be white flag. This time around, we'll see if these guys have the pace. But these guys right here, they have put in the work. I mean, the top 3 are all right there, so any mistake could cause these guys to end up not going to the main event. MX are trying to claw his way back, though. Stick on Seif. Currently sitting 4th, comes up a little short on that triple to the inside. Kind of figured this is how this track would race. These guys weren't going to go for that quad line on the outside. But I like the fact that, you know, there is alternate lines, so you don't have to just stick to the, you know, one trick pony, one line wonder tracks that we just, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Time has expired, but it looks like Noah has taken the lead. Nacho and Waylon has gone backwards. I can't, there he is, as they've gotten into lap traffic now. So now, bend over in between MXer. Seif's gonna try to hold on to it as he does get connected with a lapper. He's gonna make a mistake. Is that gonna be enough for MXer to pull up alongside? It doesn't look like it. There's bend over in 6. He's not a lapper. He's not down a lap. No, there's no lap traffic. So he's actively trying for position. Waylon's going to make a mistake. White flag is waving now. Seif goes down. Is that going to be enough for MXer to get to him? It doesn't look like it. where has Bend Over? Bend Over is into the 6th spot. Looks like, oh man, I guess I missed it. Checkered flag is out for Noah as he will win our 250 LCQ. Sorry about that, folks. I missed most of the end of this race. I didn't realize that the last lap was out. I thought we had 2 to go, but Noah ends up winning the 250 LCQ. Congratulations to the privateer rider there. Nacho in the 2 spot. The 385 of Waylon on the FPR ride in the 3 spot. And our final transfer will go to Zeif on the VDR ride. MXer once again not making it to the main event 2 weeks in a row. This is not what we wanted to see out of him. So unfortunate circumstance for the DWR rider. Tough go for him. So, but it's the way she goes. This 250 class is difficult, man. I mean, this track it's tough, man. Like, just look at this rhythm section that's on screen right now. Like, these are not for the faint of heart. Like, you have to be dialed in to get through some of these sections here tonight. That long whoop section before the finish line, like, I mean, I'm not surprised that guys are struggling out there. So, you know, not what he wanted, but it is what it is. We'll hopefully see him next week. I mean, obviously it's his series. He's going to do what he needs to do, but oh well. Going back to the truck. Unfortunate for the Dirtworm Racing rider. But hey, we've got our 250 main event coming up in just a moment, so I hate to do this to you because it is such a short time period for the LCQ, but it is really exciting. There's a lot of action in those 4-minute sprints, but hey, we're going to take a short break and we're going to get right back into our main event, everything that you guys have been waiting for. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
If I got it, running on a feeling, thought I knew I forgot it. Neck against the ceiling, wear a suit if I got it. Tied up for a minute, couldn't prove I was drowning.
I sent them a location, I said, I paid for the vacation,
I can't ever show face it, I sent them a location, Falling when it's silent, silent when I'm falling, calling on the silent. Ain't no pain on the die, and my wrist in a lie. I'm gon' spend all my money on some shit I don't want. Ain't no sense in the thought in my chest. In a night, I'm gon' stay where it's sunny. If I can't leave the block.
you make me feel so.
Sunny
We are back, folks. We're getting ready for our 250 main event as we get loaded in here in just a moment. Our final race of the night, but it's going to be a barn burner. Just waiting on a couple more folks to get loaded in, but we're going to go ahead and get started with reading off these names. Oh, shoot. I forgot about this. Here we go.
It's the song that made us. Ain't gas, the boys are haters.
Inside, Apex, he has taken the positional lead. Side by side through the whoop, does he have enough? And it looks like he does.
Hating on the kid, what is that? Ain't on let it swing on my
Turbo up the inside, takes him out. We're gonna be better through this rhythm section. He goes a little long, over, oh no! Moto Academy rider will take the first main event win of the night for the 250 class. Couple of corners left to go. He has done it. He will light the candles here in Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SIRL Supercross.
All right, sorry about that, folks. I do have to play the little promo before we get into our main event. But hey, we've got a stacked list of folks. We've got the Black Rifle No Fear rider of D, our current points leader. We've got Wesson on the NZXT Model Company ride, the 129 of Mystery on the MMR Wax Machine, the 163 of Smuds, the 166 of Jinx on that 651 Motorsports, the 234 of D on the FTC GLD ride, the 282 of Nacho on the VDR Midwest, or sorry, Motorworks suspension? Motion Works, sorry. There we go. Thanks for the assist on that one. The 301 of Blake on the PWR Neverland ride. The 323 of the Privateer effort from Matt. And the 385 of Waylon, able to put himself into the main event from the LCQ. The 401 of 10 on that HFR. The 406 of Ashton on the Nova, our main event winner, overall winner from the Triple Crown round last week, and our fastest qualifier, the 426 of GR on that Nova VCV ride, the 523 of Bandit on the MMR Wax Machine, and the 568 of Slaxy on the Neverland Machine, the 642 of Berger on the Bennington Racing Husqvarna, the 743 of Not Mason on the MMR Wax Machine, and the 751 of Noah, the Privateer, putting himself into the main event after winning that LCQ. The 777 of Panda MX, the lone Honda rider tonight. And the 883 of Kyler on that VDR CDS machine. We got the fish hat back on, boys. We're getting ready. We got 9 minutes on the countdown, but it's likely that's going to start before then. So is what it is. We're gonna hang out, talk some racing. You know, man, I just based on the heat race alone, I think GR's got it. I think this is definitely the guy that I'm gonna watch. His starts have been dialed all season long. He could be potentially our first two-time winner in this 250 class. So tonight, this is where he needs to shine. You know, he was so close to getting his second win overall last week, but that third main event cost him. Unable to do so. So it was tough to see. It was pretty much locked up for him. But unfortunately, a bad start and just getting kind of shuffled back, unable to make positions, move forward. It just kind of got stuck back there. So hoping for him to have a better ride tonight. Maybe Ashton could be the repeat winner. It's very possible, man. There's a lot of parity in this 250 class. I mean, D on that Black Rifle No Fear ride, man, he's sneaky. He doesn't make a ton of mistakes like we saw in that heat race. Like, he was able to claw back to second late. He just stays consistent. He doesn't push the envelope. He just kind of sets into a race pace, and then he's right where he needs to be. So look out, man. There's a lot of potential here for somebody to get there to be the two-time winner in this 250 class. So be on the lookout. So we are just getting ready here, folks. I think we're just waiting on one person to sink in. nevertheless. Oh, man. Do we like the behind the gate coverage of the whole shot? I think it's a little bit easier to tell who's got a better jump. I think we'll end up doing that for the remainder of the season. It's easier to see. I do like the first corner shot because it's a little bit easier. But meh, what do you do? I think we're just gonna go behind the gate, drone cam it for the foreseeable future. Just waiting on a couple more. Looks like D is still sinking in. All right. Looks like D has... Oh, he has not made it in yet. We do have some pretty high ping still. Up into the 80s for some of the Neverland riders. It's going to be a tough go. Oh, man, 157 for Nacho. Man, this is going to be 120. Yeah, man. All right, well, hope the best for those guys out there. Watch out, because it is highly likely that they might be bouncing in and out as time is just about to wrap up. We're getting ready. We'll go on to track now for our 250 main event. Take a look at some of the kits that were sent in. Obviously, we got the 193 of D on that Black Rifle No Fear machine. We got the 129. Let's just take a look at this. You know, I don't do a ton of kit coverage, but these waxed, these MMR guys sure send in stuff each week. I like the multicam look. Interesting seat, all that. It's a neat way to do it. But hey, we're getting ready. Guys are loading the gate for 250 main event here in Pittsburgh. Also, don't count this guy out. The 777 rider. This guy's been sneaky fast all season long. If he can get a good start, he's going to be one to be reckoned with. Loading the gate now. Looks like GR all the way on the inside. D right next to him. Smuds, Burger, all on the inside here. So it's going to be a drag race to this first corner. Try to stay a little bit further behind, see if we can catch any crashes. But the revs are up. 15-second board is sideways. We're getting ready to go racing here in Pittsburgh for our 250 main event. And the gate is down. Panda with an outstanding start. He's going to be right where he needs to be. As, oh, it looks like Mystery and Waylon are going to get connected, but GR with the whole shot, and D hot on his heels in this main event. Panda sitting in third, Bandit and Not Mason currently in the 4th and 5th spots. But GR, man, this is not what the field needed, but this is exactly what he was looking for. And our points leader, a great start out of him. GR makes a small mistake early on. We're going to get swapped over to our TV cameras in just a second here, folks. A great start for the Nova VCV rider. And a great start for our current points leader and Panda. I mean, these guys have kind of broken away already. Our top three in lockstep, ready to go racing here in Pittsburgh. Ooh, GR gonna make a small mistake. D gonna make a small mistake. That's gonna allow Panda by. Panda looking to capitalize on these guys early on. He is one that can be a formidable foe. He already has a win this year. Missed a couple of gate drops in the last couple of weeks. He's looking to capitalize and maybe put himself in the record books as the first time two-time winner, or our first two-time winner. D gonna go a little long, clip it with his rear wheel. He's gonna go down. That's gonna cost him a lot of time. That's gonna allow Not Mason to close the gap ever so slightly on him now. So an unfortunate circumstance for our current points leader, but out front, GR, absolutely dominating performance so far. Whole shot, and now has set sail hasn't opened up too much of a lead on Panda, so the Honda rider lurking in the shadows, just ever so slightly out of frame. So I would not be surprised if he closes this gap ever so slightly. But this is a great start for him. D able to hold on to that third position. Mason right there with him. Waylon from the LCQ finds himself in fourth now, as far as timing and scoring is concerned. Mystery, who went down in the first corner, has found himself into the 6th spot. So great performance out of the MMR Wax rider. We're gonna check back in for this battle for third, as Mason has found the speed and found the rear wheel of D, our current points leader. Getting a little sketchy through the whoops. He's gonna go side to side, swapping through those whoops before the finish line. Still able to make that finish line double, but electing to go inside here in that alternate line. That's not going to help as Waylon closes the gap, but he's got Mystery hot on his heels. There's a 3-rider battle for 4th. Not Mason electing to go to the outside. He's going to see if he's going to hit this quad. He doesn't. He elects to go on off. So a couple of mistakes there. Now that's going to allow our 250 LCQ rider to put himself into 4th. Man, this is crazy. Mystery now going after him. Not Mason, not relinquishing the spot easily. He wants back in this fight for the top 5. Not Mason's going to go down, and that's going to relinquish the spot to Waylon and Mystery. We're going to check back in out front because it looks like we have a battle for the lead as GR and Panda have found each other. Panda trying to make everything work. D kind of on an island now. GR must have made a couple of mistakes. Allowed Panda to find the rear wheel, but now has since opened up a little bit of a gap now. Unfortunate for Panda, not able to capitalize on the mistakes of the leader. He had the lead for a brief moment in time, but unable to make the pass stick. GR trying to just open up a little bit of breathing room, as we've got just over 9 minutes plus a lap left in this main event. So looks like he has found a second of a gap now. So barring any mistakes, is a little bit of time, but he still has to be right there because a mistake could cost him this position and the lead. And Panda is not letting go. I mean, he wants it bad. And now we're starting to get into lap traffic early on in this main event. So this track, like I said, folks, these lap times are so fast that lap traffic is going to come up quick, and these guys are going to they're going to have to battle through it tonight. As GR does get into a lapper, looks like Wesson and NZXT rider kind of going all over the place. GR able to get around Dion in that FTC ride. It looks like Panda has found a little bit of extra speed to get to the rear wheel. Dion gonna try to get out of the way. 777 machine trying to go to work here, capitalize on some of this lap traffic. We're just over halfway into this main event. I mean, these guys are going through it. They are in the trenches. The sea of lappers definitely going to come into play here. Give you a quick top 5 rundown now that we've opened up a little bit of a gap. GR on that Nova VCV ride out front. Panda, the 777 Honda rider, in the 2 spot. Our current points leader all the way back, 14 seconds in 3rd. D on that Black Rifle No Fear ride. In the 4 spot, it's going to be the 385 of Waylon on that FPS CDS ride. And in the top, or rounding out the top 5, is going to be Mystery on that MMR Wax machine. We're going to check back in out front with our leaders. Looks like they have opened up a little bit of a gap now. So, yeah, 2.3 seconds. Panda's going to try to he's going to have to go back to work if he wants to capitalize, maybe potentially win this main event. Looks like D might have some company. I mean, this Rewriter Freight Train, as Slaxy has entered the chat in the 6th spot, trying to go to work on the MMR Wax Rider of Mystery, holding down top 5, but also looking at the rear wheel of 4th. So we've got a crazy 3-rider battle for the 4th spot. Ooh, it looks like Mystery's going to come up short on that finish line. That's going to allow Slaxy on by. He'll take over 5th and set his sights on the FPR CDS rider of Waylon. And I mean, these guys are kind of pushing themselves forward. And GR has opened up a sizable lead now, 3 seconds to the 2 spot. So looks like Slaxy trying to go to work on him now. Waylon gonna go off the track. That's going to allow Slaxley to the 4th spot. The Neverland rider will take over P4 late in this main event with 5.5 minutes plus a lap. Unfortunate for the FPR CDS rider Waylon. He's going to get shuffled back to the 5 spot. These whoops are really starting to break down now, folks. Slaxy gonna go down. Waylon gets connected with him. Is that gonna allow Mystery able to get at least 1 position out of the deal? Makes a small mistake getting onto that table, unable to triple. Gets a commentator's curse. Slaxy's gonna go back to the 5 spot, but now has to go back to work on Waylon to try to claw his way back into the 4 spot. Is that Waylon down again in that rhythm section? So now Mystery's going to go on by. Oh, man, a tough night for the FPR CDS rider of Waylon. 2 times in a row going down in that section. Slaxy now has found himself, as far as timing and scoring is concerned, he's in 5th. And Mystery will put himself into the 4th spot. So just seeing himself off the podium here tonight. This is an outstanding performance for the MMR Wax rider. Just got to keep it on 2, as now our top 4 have found lap traffic, so they're going to have to navigate through these guys as best they can. It looks like Blake has found the rear wheel of Waylon back in 7th. Check back in with our leaders, though, because it looks like we've got potentially a battle for the lead. Panda has closed the gap down to 1.8 seconds with time winding down in this main event. So it's a great opportunity for the lone Honda rider to find himself another win in this 250 class. GR is going to get connected with a lapper, and that's going to allow Panda by. Panda makes the pass for the lead. A late change for the lead in this 250 main event. That is unbelievable. definitely looking, I mean, we're probably going to see a protest there. Oh, man. But now GR has to go back to work. This track is breaking down so quickly now, folks, because of how short these lap times are. I mean, we're going to start to see potential lines going away. GR is absolutely putting it on send mode as he looks to try to find the rear wheel of the 777 Honda rider of Panda late in this main event. Battling through lap traffic has always been a difficult thing, and now this guy gets the short end of the stick with just over 2.5 minutes left in this main event. You can tell he has the speed. Panda's gonna make a small mistake. They both get connected. Panda somehow stays upright, does a 720 in the rhythm section. So now it just gets worse for the Nova VCV rider of GR. A mistake out of Panda causes a crash out of GR. I mean, and then a lucky bounce. Paboso physics coming into play. 2 minutes plus a lap left in this main event. This is absolutely insane. I don't think I've ever seen somebody make a mistake, come up short in a rhythm lane, get hit, do a 720, and then somehow stay upright. But GR is not giving up. He has found the rear wheel. Something, I mean, Panda's nerves have to be through the roof right now. He's been in this position before. He has the speed to win, but GR is fighting for his life back here in the 2 spot. And I mean, these two have absolutely separated themselves from the rest of the pack. Minute and 6 seconds as we cross the line, plus a lap left in this main event, and these two have found themselves in lockstep. It looks like GR has lost a little bit of pace now. An unfortunate deal for him as he tried to make the pass on Panda, but an unlucky bounce for him puts him into the side, and Panda gets to remain upright. Panda's off track though, trying to get remounted. And now the battle for the lead begins as GR's gonna try to put him into the bales. Unable to do so, messes up his rhythm. Panda looking back now as they're both navigating through lap traffic. GR's able to make the pass on the lapper. With 17 seconds left on the clock, it's very likely that we're gonna have 2 laps left to go, and this is not what Panda needs. As GR gets a way better drive through the whoops, side by side over the finish line. GR makes the pass up the inside, and he's gonna have the lead with time expired, so we will have 2 laps left to go in this 250 main event. Panda cuts up the inside, slams the door, makes the pass once again. Unable to get off that table cleanly. Oh, I don't know, folks. We might have an aggressive move. GR trying to make the pass inside, unable to do so. I mean, they are tip and tail through this rhythm section. White flag's gonna come out. GR on the inside, makes the pass, elects to go triple. He has the pass made. Can he make it stick? White flag out this time by. We will have 1 lap left to go in this 250 main event, and I'll be honest, folks, this is the most exciting 250 main I have ever seen in this series. GR now has a little bit of a lead, but I mean, 1 mistake, 1 lapper, 1 tuck of the front, and it is all over. Panda is right there. GR going a little high in that corner. And I mean, oh man. Couple more corners left to go, 2 corners left to go, 1 more time through the whoops. Checkered flag is out for our 250 main event, and it looks like it's going to be all but in the record books for the Nova rider as he becomes our first 2-time winner in the 250 class. And Panda, the 777s, able to secure second. Let's see, D all the way back, 20 seconds back. I mean, these guys absolutely left the field, folks. D will hold on to his podium position for third and just finishing off the podium. Mystery locked in a battle with Blake as Blake's gonna cross the line, but will cuts come into play? They will not. Blake on that Neverland or PWR Neverland ride will take the 4th spot. Mystery ends up 5th, so a fantastic ride for the MMR Wax rider. Holy cow, that was absolutely fantastic. 250 main event racing. I mean, it just doesn't get better than that, folks. It really just doesn't. But hey, congratulations to the Nova VCV rider of GR Hog Pinky. I don't know what his name is anymore, but that is going to be our first 2-time winner in this 250 class. So now he has solidified himself in the record books for this season. I mean, he rode fantastic, got into some lap traffic. Panda able to go back and forth for a little while, a couple of mistakes. Man, he had the pace. I mean, if we just look at the fastest lap time, I mean, a 52.4 out of him, and that was on lap 18. The last lap, he ran his fastest lap of the night. Panda was almost a full second slower. So it's incredible how fast he went on that last lap. I mean, that is insane, folks. Wow. Wowee. Well, congratulations to GR on his 2nd win in this 250 class. Congratulations to Panda. D, I think, you know, that points lead is going to be diminished a little bit. I got a long season left ahead of us. We're hitting the halfway point next week, so he's going to have to start clicking off some wins here if he wants to keep that red plate and probably take it all the way to the end of the championship. But that's going to do it for us for the SIRL Supercross presented by Chesco Boiz Racing. I am Dylan Carlson, and we are out of Pittsburgh. See you next week for our 250 class.